Hello, Melanie. Hello, Carol. Glad you guys could join. I'm a couple minutes early tonight. Just got things set up here and hopefully we'll have a few more pop on. How's everybody doing tonight? I know Miss Melanie had a day off today, so she's got to be doing fine. Paper cut and ready to roll. That's awesome, Mel. Eager beaver. All right. I am going to do a little intro. I know that there's not a whole lot of you here right now, but I'm going to have a replay on Facebook and one on YouTube, so I'm going to need to do a little introduction. Hey, welcome here. I would like to welcome you to Stamp with Shel today. I am so very glad you could join me. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Shel Anderson, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I blog at shelscreativecorner.blogspot.com. Today you found me on my Facebook business page at Stamp with Shel. I can also be found on YouTube, Pinterest, as well as Instagram under Stamp with Shel. So now that's all you need to know about me. Let's get started with the fun. Today is Mystery Stamping Wednesday. I put out this, I guess it's not fitting very well in here, but I put out this list of supplies this afternoon for anybody who wanted to play along. Who is playing along? Melanie, I know you are. Carol, are you playing along as well? I hope so. I think you both are. All right. So if I go too fast, you guys just yell at me and tell me to slow down, okay? Tonight, we are going to make one mystery card. And while you guys are finishing up your first one, I'm going to work on a second one. So you'll see two. And I've already pre-done one because this was just an idea I came up with at work. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I had to rush home and try to figure something out again. That's the way things are going because my days are just insane. So you're supposed to have some basic white, 5.5 by 8.5. That's going to be our card base. Some basic black, 4 by 5.25. A piece of DSP 3.5 by 4 3/4. And I ask that you please choose a small pattern that both sides look good together. A basic black largest scallop circle, basic white regular circle to fit, some ribbon, a greeting, an image to cut out. This is just very much loosely what we're going to be doing. Now, like I said, I'm doing 3 cards. So I chose to just shake things up a little bit. I used the layering circles for one card. I used the layering ovals for another card. And I used the layering squares. So we'll get to lay all these cards side by side later on, and we'll be able to see which one we like better. How's that? So our first card tonight is featuring the fabulous Be Jolly set. Miss Melanie, this is just for you. You requested Christmas. So ask and you shall receive. I have my mini catalog here, and on page 29, this is the standalone stamp set, Be Jolly. Okay, that's the one we're using for this card. And I haven't thought it through. I just cut my pieces, so we're going to be working together, and hopefully it will all work out in the end. So this card happens to have the scallop square and the square. and it has the DSP that's a carryover from last year, the only Christmas DSP that carried over. Can't remember the name of it. It's going to drive me crazy. I like it because I'm digging for it right now. I like it because it's a fine print. It is Heartwarming Hugs. If you haven't seen this, I'll just do a quick flick through. I love the colors in it. It's beautiful stuff. And I was happy that that carried over. So if you wish to order that, you most certainly can. All right, now we're going to get started. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to fold our card base, and as you can tell, I am not using the thick. I'm using just the regular basic white, and this is just an extra piece. So this are the two pieces that I asked you to get. This is going to be a matte layer, so we're not doing anything at all with that other than we're just going to glue this down to the front of the card. And I tried to stick with neutrals like black and white, obviously, so that I guess they're not neutral, they're just kind of base colors, that it would go with anything. Now, if you do this card again, and I'm sure you will because it's really, really a cool layout, you can change this. Like, okay, if you wanted to use like the green, you could use the green for a map, but just for the purposes of tonight, I said we were going to just use the black and white. So we have our card base done. We have a nice place to write our greeting, and we have the mat on the front. We're going to set that all aside right now, and we are going to cut our DSP together. I'm going to bring this in case you want to screenshot it. Let me make sure that I have it all in the camera. Just bear with me a second until my camera catches up. So basically, you're going to put your DSP in the trimmer portrait this way. We're going to cut off 2 inches, turn this piece and cut again at 3.5. Then the remaining piece, we're going to cut that at 1.5. So this is what it's going to look like, and these are the pieces you're going to get. So you can screenshot that, or you can message me after and I will gladly send you a picture. So we're going to take this, and let me get my trimmer down here so that we can all see. And we're going to put this in our trimmer, and we're going to pull it over to the 2-inch mark, and we are going to cut. Oops, not score. We're going to cut. All right, so we're just going to set this piece aside for now. Now we're going to turn this piece that we just cut, and we're going to bring it over to the 3.5, and we're going to cut again. Okay, so there's piece 1, there's piece 2. This remaining piece, we're going to cut this one at 1.5. All right, 1.5. There we go. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to bring this picture back in, and we are going to do it right. This is going to go like this, according to the diagram, and this is going to go like this. All right? So basically, we just cut that piece up to add a little bit of interest. Now, if you want to add more interest, all right, you see what's happening here? We can flip those two, or you can flip those two. You can do whatever makes you happy. I think I'm going to flip the 2 little ones on this striped piece. I think that's what I'm going to do. So now we're going to bring our pieces, and now we're going to glue them on here. Now before you do that, just take a minute and lay them out on your card. All right, so you get a visual of how much space you're going to be leaving, because our aim is to make sure that it looks straight. Okay, so I like to kind of lay mine out. I'm going to use snail. You can use Tombow. You can use whatever you like. I have a roll of snail sitting here, and I just want to make sure that my stripes are going in the right direction. And I'm trying to just kind of eyeball it here so that it looks right. Okay, now I'm going to do this piece. And you guys can just work your way around, sticking the pieces on so that they look right. There we go. Hello, Miss Michelle. Glad you could join us. We're doing a wee bit of mystery stamping tonight. Nothing better to do on a rainy night. And now I want to make sure that these stripes are going in the same direction as those stripes. All right, nothing too difficult there, eh? Pretty easy. So then I asked you to get an image that you could stamp. So for this one, I have chosen the Be Jolly stamp set. Now, I have also chosen a square for this one. I can go that way, or I can do it this way. I can flip it so it's a diamond. So I'm going to have a look here and just eyeball I kind of like this Santa Claus with the hands out to the side. This one here. I am going to stamp him. And I might also stamp this sleigh, just because I can. So you guys continue doing what you're doing and stamping whatever image you chose. And I'll do the same here. And because I'm coloring mine with Stampin' Blends, I am going to use Memento Black ink. And if you were fortunate enough or smart enough to choose images that have dies or a punch, good on you. I'm going to have to fussy cut mine. And because we're doing this together, I didn't want to pre-do anything other than just the same cutting that you guys did. All right, I'm just going to sit this aside. And I'm going to grab some Stampin' Blends. All right, so I want Real Red Dark, and I'm going to want Smoky Slate Dark, and I'm going to want Petal Pink Light, and Light Shaded Spruce. I think that will get me most of the way through what I want to do. I'm just going to bring in a piece of scrap paper here so I don't get this all over my desk. And I'm quickly going to color my image. And his sleeves. And his pants. And there's nothing too difficult to these cards. When I do mystery stamping, I kind of like to keep it a little on the simple side because we don't want anything too complicated, especially if somebody gets a little bit behind what I'm doing. Because I mean, I've been doing this a long time. Sometimes I tend to go too quickly, and I realize that. So and that's why I'm going to do a second card too. So don't rush, you guys. Just take your time. I've got another full card to do. So you guys just work away on your card. Then I will do another one. You guys can watch while you finish your card. And then at the very end, I have a really cool card to show you that I did earlier. I'm just going to bring in a little Daffodil Delight for his buckle. And I'm going to use gray for the sled, seeing as I have it. Hopefully this image doesn't give me grief when I go to fussy cut it. Alright, I am going to give him green mittens. And if I had been thinking, I would have used the same green in the paper. That wasn't too smart, was it? Let's do that for the presents. We'll bring that green in. Yes, you're seeing me go over with that marker. All right, we'll make this one Granny Apple Green with a red bow. There we go. Now, I guess I'll use yellow for this other one. Seeing as it's laying here, why not? All right, and we'll use yellow for this little tag. Oh, I haven't got my ink pad closed. Heavens. All right. How are you guys coming with your cards? I am ready to, almost ready. I've got to color some boots. And his face, and then I'm ready to fussy cut. And I don't think he's going to be difficult, but this area on the sleigh is a little bit concerning. We'll see how it goes. There we go. That will do. I'm going to grab some paper snips and see what kind of damage I can create here. have been insanely busy at work. I've been starting work at 6 o'clock in the morning and getting home at 5:30, quarter to 6 at night. And I'm just exhausted. I mean, I love when I'm busy because the day goes fast, but by the time I get home, I'm just burnt right out. Not enough gusto left to do anything. So I came home last night and I was just zonked. I didn't even cook supper. I stopped and picked up supper on the way home, let somebody else cook, and I just sat my ass in the chair. I was just done. So, I mean, it's good that I'm busy, but it's hard because we're down bodies and I have to pick up the slack. So but it's seasonal, so that's the good thing. All right. All kinds of quietness here. Everybody's crafting away busily. Anybody have any questions? Concerns? Something you want to see? Something you want to learn how to do? An idea for my next video? Just throw it in the comments and I will see what I can do. My grandkids' birthdays are coming up. My oldest grandson's birthday is on Saturday. And my middle grandson's birthday is on November the 4th. So I have to carve out some time to get some presents wrapped and some kids' birthday cards made and get to see them. Between them playing hockey and me working, it's tough to coordinate schedules. All right. Santa's done. Let's see what I can do with this sleigh. And this is the part here that concerns me. So I am going to do what I can, and then I have a little finger knife. I think I'm gonna cut that out with, because I know if I try to get in there with my snips, I'm gonna be done. I'll be making a mess, especially in this tired state that I'm in. Might have a meltdown on camera. That would be terrible, huh? All right. The end is in sight here, my friends. And boom. All right. I have a little craft mat. And I have this little finger knife. It's by Fiskars. And you put your finger in and you just hang on to it. And you're supposed to be able to have a little bit of control. So let's see if I can do this without wrecking it. theoretically that should pop out of there. Voila! I'm happy with that. Now, if I had my card back here, I could figure this out. I think I'm going to use dimensionals on this, and I'm going to put him on like that, and I think I'm going to stamp a greeting over here. So let's bring that stamp set back in here. Hey Pam, no worries my friend, no worries. We're just crafting away. And as I told the girls a few minutes ago, I'm doing 2 cards, so you guys can not be rushed, because I've got another whole card to do. And at the very end, I have a really, really pretty one to show you that I did earlier when I get home from work. All right, I'm just going to stamp Be Jolly right there. Then this guy is going to go here. But I'm going to put this on my... Let me get rid of this thing. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. I apologize. I am going to stick this on my stitched square that has become a diamond. I'm going to grab some dimensionals. Let me get rid of the scrap. And we will get this little guy well supported. After the video, anybody who's making cards, please email them to me so that I can share them and everybody can see how different our cards turned out using the same supplies but choosing our own stamp set and DSP. That's the fun of mystery stamping. I think I'm going to glue this flat down because I'm putting my Santa Claus upright. So I think I'm just going to take this and bam, like that. And then I'm going to put Santa there. And I think I'm going to lift that sleigh up and put it right there. And I am going to grab some black baker's twine. Haven't used this in a while. And I'm going to make a little bow out of baker's twine instead of ribbon. Maybe. I'm all thumbs here. You see my coffee still here. This is my coffee from 10 to 6 this morning. If you can believe that. Yep, I heated it up a couple of times and then I said, okay, that's enough. It'll just be on ice. So it has been on ice a couple of times. All right, I'm going to need a little glue dot. Where am I going to put that? Right there. How's that? Because I chose black, it really pops there. And I think I might even use some of those matte black dots. I think those would look nice. Come on, little guy. Cooperate. What have I done? He was such a perfect little bow and now I've messed him up. We're starting again. Yes, we are starting again. He was perfect until I messed him up. I think I'll put the glue dot on the card and then put the bow on the glue dot. I think that might work better. So let's do that. Just roll that glue dot up and I'll pop that in place. And then I'm going to take my bow and press him into the glue dot. Look at that. That worked much better. All right. We are doing well. Now, if I had some matte black dots, I think they would work well. If I can find them. Right here. Right here. Oops. See all the packages I have in there. You can tell I really like them. I had that fear that they were not going to be available and I wouldn't be able to get them, so I ordered a whole bunch. I'm just going to put one right here. There we go. That is our fabulous first card. I'll get this stuff out of the way so we can get it up here and have a look. Isn't he cute? I love this stamp set. All right, that is our first mystery card. Now I am going to move some stuff around here first and bring in my second kit for our last card tonight. And this is from the Hand Penned Petals bundle. Now let's see where I've got it marked. Oops, not there. It is on page 105 and it's a suite of products. I'm using the bundle tonight. I've used the DSP and I have no idea what I'm using for embellishments because we're just kind of winging it. But this is the die that I used from this die set. So I'm not going to be stamping anything but a greeting on this one because I actually used a die cut. I kind of cheated a little bit. And this one is going to have the circle. So Pam, you missed the first cut, so you'll be able to see it with this card. So we're just going to fold our card base and score it. And I had this little wee strip left over. I'm going to decorate the inside of the card with it because I can. Why throw it out when we can use it to make this pretty? And it's not long enough, but that's okay. We're going to let it go. We're not going to sweat the small stuff. Then, the same as the first card, we are going to add our matte layer. Make sure I'm going the right way. And try to get it on straight. Something to that effect. And then we're going to set that aside. Now we're going to bring in our paper trimmer and we are going to, hello Angela, thanks for joining. We are going to cut our DSP. And I will bring that chart back in, Pam, so that you can see the cutting guide. And if you want me to, I can send you a picture of this after the video. Just text me. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to put the paper in the trimmer this way, portrait. We're going to cut it, then turn it and cut it the other way. So if you want to take a screenshot of this, you may. And I'm going to walk you through it. So our first cut is at 2 inches. All right, we're just going to take this piece and set it aside. Then we're going to turn this piece and cut it at 3.5 inches. Okay, those pieces, I'm just going to put them over here. Then this remaining piece, we're going to cut this one at 1.5 inches. All right. So now we have all our little bits. So what I said to do before, this, I'll bring this diagram in here and set it here. This is the way the cutout was. However, you can put these wherever you want. Okay, on my first, oops, I'm digging for my first card. On this card, I put the wide piece on the right. This one, we're going to flip it. We're going to put the wide piece on the left, just to change things up. And what I told the girls to do with the first one is simply lay it out. That doesn't look right. I cut it from this piece. Maybe this is upside down. There we go. All right. Just make sure your pattern's going in the right direction. Okay. And the idea is to flip it. All right. So I'm going to flip this one this way. And when you lay it out on your card, you can kind of eyeball it and see what your margins should be. And I'm going to start with this little piece down in this corner. And I'm going to get this one on. Oops, I was going to do it wrong way again. And just kind of eyeball what you want. And just work your way around, putting all your pieces in place. I know there's no direction to that piece of paper, but it just looks, to me, better going that way. And if you wanted all the print side up, just the way it was there with all the flower side up, you could do that. It's your card. You can do whatever you want. The whole idea of me cutting this up was just to break up that plain piece of paper and give it a little bit of visual interest. And I mean, you could cut these pieces any which way. You could cut 3 pieces and then cut the 3 pieces up. I don't know if I like this with 2 at the bottom, but I guess we're here. So we're going to live with it. I should have put this one up here. But anyway, it is what it is. We're not going to sweat the small stuff. That's the rule. All right. We are going to take this little circle and we're going to put this on our scallop. And then check this out. This die cut is gorgeous. So I'm just going to glue this on and then we'll figure out, I think this looks up to me. But I'm just going to take my tweezers and take my Tombow and get some adhesive on the back of this die cut. And then we'll get it in place. If I had a thought, I could have used my adhesive sheets, but as you are aware, I was a little bit of a rush because I didn't have a clue what I was doing tonight. Again. All right. Let's just pop that smack dab in the middle, and we will figure out which way looks up to us. To me, this way looks up. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. How are you girls doing? Has anybody done their card yet? There. Look how that pops. Isn't that cool? All right. Now, I am thinking that I'm not even going to put a greeting on this one. I am going to get a bow. This time I'm going to use ribbon. And I think I'm going to use this one. It's very close. And I'm just going to be making a tiny bow because I don't want it to be overpowering. And I just want to fit it right in here. And by not putting a greeting on this card, I can use it for any occasion at all. Well, other than my grandson's birthday, I don't think they'd appreciate this much. Oh, funny. Yours is done, Carol. Good. Good, good, good. I can't wait to see it. So you make sure you take a picture and text that to me. And I will post the pictures, and everybody will get to see everybody else's cards. All right. Now, I am going to take this and I'm going to pop this in here somewhere like that, just to decorate the inside. Because I can. I have it. I might as well use it. I'm just going to put some adhesive on it and pop it in place. And which way is that? I think I'm going to put it this way. Not pretty. All right, back to our bow and glue dot. Roll it up like a taco. Stick it in place. And there is my wee bow. All right, I think I am going to get the Genial Gems that goes with this suite, and I'm going to use the green ones and just scatter those. These are really pretty. They're like like a mint macaron green with gold flecks in them. They're beautiful. I might add a couple of these to the centers of these flowers because I can. Oh, that one stuck to the cardboard. There. Check that out. Isn't that pretty? All right. Let me clean up my mess. And I will show you the other card that I made earlier. And I actually surprised myself when I did this card. It really turned out nice, I think. All right, there's the two that we made tonight. Same pieces, different configuration. Now, oh, here it is. The other card that I did, I used, I'll show you the stamp set that I used. Where is it? I marked the page somewhere. Oh, I'm missing one in the middle. This stamp set, page 99, All Things Fabulous. And I chose this because these flowers resembled the flowers that were in the paper. Little did I know the paper that I used had a coordinating stamp set. I learned that after the fact. And that is found on page 69. These are the exact flowers that's in the paper, but I used this stamp set, so forgive me. And I used the metallic pearls to embellish it. Wait till you see this card. Let me get this book out of the way. We'll insert a drum roll. Check this out. I hope the camera is not doing too much reflection. What I did for this card is I used a black card base instead of a white card base, and I used the paper from that suite, and it's got silver and copper foil and gold foiling in it. I didn't flip it. I just cut it up and put it on a piece of copper foil. Then I have the oval black scallop frame, the white oval, and then for this flower, what I did is I stamped it in Versamark and I embossed it in copper, and I stamped the leaf in black, or in Versamark, and embossed it in black. And then there is those little silver metallic pearls that I used for the middle. Isn't that pretty? I mean, the paper does all the work. It really does. And then the inside, I just used the little strip that was left over to zazazoo that up. And that greeting comes from that set, I'm Here For You. I thought that was just beautiful. So there you are, my friends. 3 cards, same pattern, totally different cards. But imagine if you chose a different color than black for your base and for your mats, right? Here's a black. Here I used copper. You could use any color cardstock in here that coordinates with your papers. It'd be beautiful. Anyway, have fun. Please email me your cards or text me pictures of your cards. I'd love to see what you come up with. All right. Bye-bye. See ya.